What's going on, everybody? Another Wealth Wednesday in the building. Hope y'all feeling as good as I am today. Give people a couple minutes to check in. Um, couple announcements today. So over the last week, we ran a little giveaway. I'm a born and bred Sixers fan. Wanted to give a lucky individual, take someone along to see the great Sixers play. They play Toronto tomorrow, so that's the game that we, raffled away. And as mentioned, we'll announce the winner today. We'll announce it at the end of today's segment. Um, Stick around, watch the page, Facebook, Instagram. We'll be doing more giveaways throughout the year. That's one thing we like to do. We like to give. Uh, so I'll get into it as always. My name is Brett Parker, also known as the Urban Accountant. Um, Been in the game for, an accountant 10 plus years now. Enjoy it, love helping people. The overall goal of the urban accountant is to, give individuals in the urban community financial literacy. So, that's why we come here every Wednesday. Topics ranging from personal credit, personal taxes, business credit, business taxes, anything that has to do with account, you're going to get it here. But today we're going to talk about becoming wealthy. We're skipping over becoming rich. A lot of people aim to be rich, but the overall goal should be to be wealthy. And I want to dead a stereotype that I hear a lot that only broke people need to budget, and that's far from the truth. All major corporations, they operate on budgets, they operate on forecasts. They know where the money's going at all times. And, it just seems like you get a lot of people that want to achieve wealth, want to get ahead, have plans, but, you sit there and ask them, like, well, where's your budget? And they always say, well, I don't budget, I just know where my money goes. And, to me, that's not really solid planning. So today, we're going to really kind of dive into like how budgeting can help you become, wealthy, how it can help you achieve, the overall wealth. And, the good thing about a budget, it's going to show you where your dollars are going. And, anybody that's ever worked with me, I'm always a big component. I always say that every dollar needs to have a job. So, just program that in your mind that every dollar needs to have a job. So, one second, let me just check over here. All right, that's a technical issue. We'll let that take care of itself. But once again, I'm gonna say it again. Every dollar needs to have a job. So when I'm dealing with new client, the first thing we want to do is let's spread it all out on the table. Let's see everything that you have. Let's see all the income that's coming in, and let's see all the expenses that's going out. And usually during that time, we're going to find things that we can trim. When we say trim, we're talking about the expenses. You may have the Netflix, the Hulu, the Apple TV, the Disney TV. You start adding those things up, that's another $60. And a lot of times you hear people when they're starting a budget, the first thing is, they want to get out of debt. So we want to help you get out of debt so we can have those funds available to invest. Everybody's like stock market crazy, crypto crazy. And I don't want to stop anybody from that. I'm all for that. Investing is definitely, one of the keys to wealth, whether it's the stock market, crypto, real estate, all, any type of different business venture, but we still don't know where the money's going, and that's the key. Just, a couple weeks ago, I was dealing with a client. We discovered that they were, investing in stocks and other things, but we actually found about $600 of what I call wasted dollars just on membership that they weren't taking advantage of, subscriptions they had. They had 10 magazine subscriptions that the magazines weren't even coming anymore. So, we did a budget. We came up with a plan, And now that extra $600 is going to investments for the future. So that's the importance of creating a budget. It's going to help you see where the money's going. Last week we talked about planning things out, and that's what the budget is. You follow the budget. So jumping back to what we said in the beginning, first thing is we want to lay everything out. I think a lot of people have the hurdle of accepting where they're at, when we're laying those things out. And, I tell everybody, just be honest. It's okay where you're at. We've all had bad days. I'm not sure if you guys seen the picture. I keep it in my wallet. It was a time when, early in the business, I literally had $39 to my name, no savings, no investments, $39. And at that time, that's when I really kind of say, you know what? Let me get control of this situation. So that's kind of when I started budgeting. My budgeting skills didn't happen overnight. I still had some bad habits, but what I did was I continued, to work at it. So we do something here called the zero budget, and that's what we're talking about when we're talking about every dollar needs to have a job. Um, we believe in having what we call an emergency fund. That's something that, working with us will make sure is set up first is the emergency fund. And the emergency fund is, a specific amount of money that covers what we call the mandatory bills. That's going to be, the mandatory utilities, and what we consider mandatory is, heat, water, electric, and rent and or mortgage, whatever one you have. We want to have at least 2 months of that, when we start out saved up. And as we grow, that emergency fund gets bigger. Then we go down to the next necessity. You definitely want to have money to eat. We got to eat. We definitely have to have energy. That comes from eating. But that's another thing. While we're there, we'll talk about we see a lot of people when we're going through these budgets how much they spend on eating out. And everybody wants to enjoy themselves, but it comes a time where you have to decide, you know, are you living for today or do you want to enjoy tomorrow? And we mean tomorrow, that's, later down the line. We're not always going to have the energy to, work those doubles, work those triples. We get older. And I know and I see it, and it bothers me that, you see these older people working. Kiri, I don't know what's going on Facebook. I got a weird little message. So um, it's saying that they're trying to connect. I'm not sure who's watching over there. I believe the tech team, they're over there trying to figure out how that works over there. But we're here, so I'm going to just keep rolling with the people that we got. But yeah, nobody really wants to be that 75, 65-year-old person that has to work because they were just living for today so much. We see that a lot, and I think it comes from, in our community, to be honest, the lack of knowledge, the lack of financial resources. And we just really budgets aren't really relevant in our community. So, that's something we want to kind of change. We want to change the narrative that, you have to be broke to be on a budget, or budgeting is bad, or budgeting is to get out of debt. And like I said in the beginning, that's solely not true. Every great company creates a budget, they create a forecast, like they know where the money's going, they know how the money's coming in. And these are the same skills that we all can do as individuals, whether you are a business owner, whether you're just a 9 to 5 worker. I'm not sure if you ever read the book, The Millionaire Next Door. I highly recommend reading it. It opened my eyes to a lot of things that, you don't have to be this specialist or artist or a basketball player to become this millionaire. It's all about how do you utilize the money. So, that's where we talk about budgeting to become wealthy, giving every dollar a job. So when we say giving every dollar a job, I touched on it earlier. assigning, where the money's going, giving those dollars a job. And at the end of the month, when we get to where we need to get to, every dollar should be allocated, and as we grow, more dollars should be allocated to investing versus paying for expenses. And that's something that we got to correct as we go through. As you make more money, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to spend more money. And I was talking to a buddy of mine, I think he's on this live, he's down in Dallas now. And, if you're from the hood, we call money, we call it bread. And I kind of wanted to stop calling money bread because we all know bread, it sits around and goes stale. And I noticed in life we'll take the money and we spend it as if it's going to go bad. And that's not true. You can take that money, you can save it, you can invest it to make more bread. So I kind of have come away from using the term bread because I was once that guy that I made it, I spent it. Only thing I cared about was making it. Really I had no regret about what I was spending. Had horrible spending tendencies. You know, Still a work in progress. I'm using my skills. I complete the zero budget. Monthly. I try my best to stick to it, but long as you're trying, you're doing it. And that's the thing I want to get people to understand. Like, you didn't create those bad habits overnight. Don't expect them to change overnight. But, a saying I say, to my children is change doesn't happen overnight, but change starts overnight. So, if you don't like the way things are going now, um, and I'm talking about today, you can start that change process tomorrow. If you're not happy about, the money that you're bringing in and it's just going everywhere, and you don't have control over it, that change can start tomorrow, utilizing some of our tools. Like I said, the zero budget, we do first thing we do is, like I said, we lay it all out. We see what money's coming in, what money's going out, and then we just start planning. And I myself, I'm a busy guy. I run multiple companies. I'm in school for my doctoral degree. I have a family, have children. So it's like budgeting has helped me. It's easy. I know when the money is coming in and where the money's going, and it's just easy. It's more like a checkbox for me. Um, so it kind of takes some of that stress off, and allows you to operate in life just better. Earlier I talked about mental health, and that was something that mentally bogged me down, was making money and not knowing where it's going. And I'm pretty sure you guys don't have to agree or admit to it today, but I think we've all been in that place of you're getting up, you're going to work, you're busting hump, and you're getting paid, and then like, where is it? And it's like, if you were a company, the first thing it says is like, well, let's see the budget. And we all know that. You say, well, I don't have a budget. But I want to, urge you guys to change that. I want you guys to take advantage of me with the Urban Accountant. You can hit us in the DM, shoot us an email. We offer a free consultation for that service to get you on the right track. Right now we're working on a do-it-yourself project, where if you want to tackle it yourself, you can. You can work with my team. Everybody's trained to help individuals in that light. And like overall, our goal here is we just want to see people win. And a lot of people come to me and they're like, yeah, dude, I want to start investing, this and that. And it's like, well, how much do you have to invest? And they don't know. And I say, well, let's see your budget, and they don't have a budget to show. So I said, before we can invest, we need to know what we have to invest. So I urge, the art of budgeting. Um, like I said, I try not to keep you guys here long. We're going to wrap up. But just to recap, I want you guys to understand that budgeting is not a thing for broke people. It doesn't necessarily mean you're broke. Budgeting is not only for poor people. In fact, the rich budget their finances more than the broke people do. And that should tell you something. If that's where you're trying to get to, that status of rich, that status of wealth, they say, duplicate and replicate what you want to be. And if you research, wealthy individuals, they operate on a stringent and strict budget. So, I definitely agree budgeting. But like I said, let's erase that stereotype that budgeting is only for broke people. Budgeting is only good to help you get out of debt. That's wrong. The first step to budgeting, write these down. Step one is lay it all out. See, where the money's going, what money's coming in, and accept it. Accept what it is. Sometimes you're going to see that it may not be enough money coming in. So, okay, how do we get to the point where we can bring in more money? The budget's going to help. The budget will help you get there. Step two, after we, we lay it all out, we see what we got. Let's start, knocking off things that aren't that important. If you need more money, you need to be doing more work. You might not need Hulu. You might not need Netflix. That trip to the mall, we can't do that right now because we're trying to get to a place. And then, step three to me is really a mental thing. It's really trusting the budget, sticking to the budget, and accepting the budget. Along this journey, I will say that you're probably going to lose some friends. People are going to look at you like you're crazy. You won't be the popular person anymore to a lot of people, and you have to be okay with saying, I'm on a journey, and there's a place I want to get to. And this new way of handling my finances with budgeting and forecasting my money is going to help me. So just be wary of that. Like I said, you guys wanted, I would, me personally, if I was in your shoes, I would definitely take advantage of the free consultation that we offer. I believe the link is in the bio. If it's not there, shoot us a DM. Somebody from the team will reach out. We'll set that up and see how we can get you to where you want to get to. So like I mentioned earlier, we did run a contest last week. We were raffling off some tickets to see the Sixers live tomorrow evening against the Toronto Raptors. And as promised, we said we would announce that winner today on Wealth Wednesdays. And the winner was, getting it from the team, was Joy Burgess. Not sure who you are. I would love to meet you. You can hit us up. We can chop it up. But congratulations on winning those tickets. Hope you enjoy the game. Seats are lovely. And congratulations. So like I said, Wealth Wednesday. See us here next week. Same time, same place. My name is Brett Parker, the Urban Accountant. I'm out here just dropping jewels. Want to, help my people, help any person that wants to win in life and get ahead in life when it comes to this financial gauntlet of life. Some things we weren't taught in school, some things weren't taught coming up, and that's okay. As always, I end it the same way all the time. Embrace your successes, accept your failures. Tomorrow is gone. Today is here now. And today's work is what's going to give us tomorrow's output. I stumble with that a little bit because I'm always changing it up. But hey, we're here. We're getting better. Love you guys. Be great. Have a good day.